I'm trying to help. Bring your ass. Bring your mofo ass. Bring your ass. I'm telling y'all right now, morning show is going to be brought to you in part by honesty. Because some of y'all need to hear it. I'm going to say some stuff that's going to hurt your feelings, you know what I mean? But some of y'all need to hear it. Some of y'all need to hear it. Let it out! I'm just telling you, in case you was wondering, what's today's show about? You'll find out. Morning now. Oh, we can't hear you. What? Hold on. Let me end this. I'll be right back. Right back. I think I know what it is. Hold on. I'll be right back, y'all. Yep, I think I know exactly what it is. Yep, turn that off. Yeah, fucking forget it. Lega! Oh, snap. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, snap. We get ready to go on the radio in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Welcome to the sound of coffee on GCPR and streaming all over the world. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. I am your morning show host with the most. I'm the best looking. Don't at me, because you know I'm telling the damn truth. The Sound of Coffee crew is thick up in here. We got Brandon over in the YouTube chats already. He's starting things off because that's what we do. My name is Thomas Bishop. I'm known as the villain. This show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com and pick up the hottest, freshest, newest scent on these candle streets. It is called Villainous. It is inspired by yours truly, Thomas the Villain Bishop. $18 plus shipping and handling, and you can have me smelling up your damn house, big man. Glitterwix.com, the official candle of Ghost Claw Productions Radio. How y'all doing? How your mom doing? How dad doing? Hey, come on in. Get your coffee or whatever. Listen, Sandy Marshall started off with Trump. Hey, Sandy, dip from the pod, B. You can't be up in here. Okay. Before I go any further, whether it's the YouTube chats, Instagram chats, or the TikTok chats, I ask 3 things. Number 1, share it live. Number 2, like it. Like it a lot. Number 3, get the panel if you choose to. We are now monetized on YouTube, and we're going to have subscriptions. Like, I have subscriptions on TikTok. If you would like to subscribe to Thomas the Villain Bishop, please do so. But we're going to also have it over there on YouTube for the Ghost Claw Productions Radio over there. Letitia is in the house. When I tell y'all the Sound of Coffee crew is thick, I mean the Sound of Coffee crew is thick. It's thick as hell up in here. I'm trying to tell you. We got some loyal, loving people that come in every morning. So it is Tuesday. And yeah, it's time for us to have a deep conversation. And notice the Buddha cup is in full effect. Meaning, I'm trying to come in peace, but some of y'all gonna hurt. Somebody gonna be hurt when I'm done. The Chris Lotus over in the YouTube chats. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, today's theme is Let It Go. Let go! That's from that song. That's from the Love TKO. Let go! Some of y'all need to let it go. Okay? All right, listen. I come in peace. I have the Buddha cup. The Buddha cup is here. So I'm gonna just be honest. There's a lot of people that Oh, snap. Jay Thomas is in the house over there in the YouTube chat. Good morning. Some of y'all really need to let shit go. Y'all are walking around here with some misconceptions and some aspirations that are never going to happen. Okay? And some of the people that support these people are running around here with misconceptions and aspirations that are never going to happen. In other words, let it go. You got to let it go. You've got to let it the F go. You got to let it go. You've got to let this go. Some of y'all, listen. I'm going to start with the most obvious one, the one that just sounds stupid as hell for me to even say. There is a group of Republicans that are trying to say, just like they said with Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy, that Vice President Harris cannot be president because of the Dred Scott case. Why are we here, Lord? Why are we here, Ike? Let go. I want y'all to understand something. There has not been a single solitary policy that has come out of the Trump administration, and the ones who have spoken about it, direct and indirectly, not even associated with the Trump campaign, are the Heritage Foundation, Zitlag, ALEC, all these people who gathered together to create Project 2025 and the Seven Mountains and stuff like that. Those are the only ones speaking. And everything they're saying is toxic as shit. But the Trump campaign itself, oh, Belladonna, first time over here, over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. Like seriously, says the guy who paints his nails. Oh, buddy. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, why don't you, and I want you to follow these instructions to the letter, please. Why don't you put these nuts on your forehead? Let go! Put these nuts on your forehead. Put them on your forehead. Let it go! I'm just saying, you're right. I am the guy with painted fingernails. And I'm still more manly than you are. So I want you to let go all that masculinity and let me put these on your forehead. Just let them lay there like lazy, you know what I mean? Like lazy chicken. Just like imagine a uncooked chicken breast on your forehead. That's going to be my nuts. Let go! Anyway, get him up out of here. Get him up out. Hold on, Belladonna, you want to mod up over there in the tubes? I mean, on the TikToks? Censorship? Bruh, this is a dictatorship. This all me. Hey, if there's any mods over there in TikTok, get his ass up out of here. Soft, yeah, you're right. It's soft now. Wait till it gets rigid. Let go on your forehead. I'm not playing with you. You're not screwing up my damn shit this morning. Get up out of here. Get the hell up out of here. Oh, snap. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Jessica, I have missed you. I have missed you. And don't ever think otherwise. I have missed you. You and I need to sit down and talk. Villains Guild is up in the house. Don't act like they ain't. Villains Guild is all over TikTok, up in the chats. So keep playing. Play with your mom and don't play with me. But anyway, here is my problem with the Trump campaign not coming up with a single good morning, bro. Angry IT Nerd over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. This is my problem with this whole Trump campaign. He has said some outlandishly effed up shit. And Project 2025 and Agenda 47 are just sitting around, just wiggling in the background behind him like they're like those dancers in the 60s. Remember when the white girls used to just shimmy? That's what they're like. Hi, we're Project 2025. We're going to take over. Candace Moody in the YouTube chat. Good morning. But no policies other than that, right? And they doing everything they possibly can. Everything they possibly can to stop the inevitability or the election of the first woman of color to be president of the United States. They went to the Dred Scott decision. Who does this? Who does, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Somebody explain to me where they do that at. The Dred Scott decision?
Well, she can't be,
Lizzie Gems is in the house? Oh, Lizzie Gems, Lizzie Gems, one day you and I are going to have one of those conversations. I can't really say what I really want to say, but you are a very beautiful human being, and remember that. Kiwi Bird is in the house over the YouTube chat. Good morning. Or I guess it would be good evening for you. Or good night. I don't know. When you have to go to the Dred Scott decision to stop your chosen candidate from getting his monkey ass whooped, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let him take this ass whooping, man. Just let him take that ass whooping. Let him get up on the debate stage and do that angry old white man yells at cloud stuff against a very poised and seasoned woman. You know what I mean? Let him do it. Just let him get that ass whooping. Let him get that ass whooping. Because it's gonna happen. Hold on. It's morning. You are up at 12:10 a.m. to listen to me, Kiwi Bird? I feel touched. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. That's wild as hell. I love you, Kiwi Bird. Please remember that. But they got to go to Dred Scott, people. Let me explain for you guys who don't know what the Dred Scott decision meant. Let me explain it to you. Dred Scott basically, the Supreme Court basically said that black folks ain't citizens of the United States. In that decision. In that decision, they basically said, hey, y'all ain't human. We don't even like y'all. Y'all disposable napkins. Y'all are gardening hose. Y'all are lawnmowers. You know what I mean? And then they said there is no laws that the black man says that a white man is bound to obey. Do you know what stopped the Dred Scott decision? The 13th and 14th Amendment. Let go! Y'all gotta let this. Now, mind you, this is the same group that tried that exact same thing on Vivek Ramaswamy when he was running for president, a Republican, and Nikki Haley, a Republican. They tried this same thing. And now they're trying it with Kamala Harris. But the Republican Party ain't racist. Shucks over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. Let go. Y'all gotta stop. You have to stop. If you are reaching for, if Dred Scott is where you're starting at, you gotta let it go, man. Your man gonna lose. You know he gonna lose. You know damn well he gonna lose. And Audrey Miller over in the TikTok chat, yes, this is exactly why local elections are important. If you are not voting, if all you give a shit about is the presidency, but you don't give a shit about local and state elections, I'm gonna need you to never speak to me. I'm gonna need you to never, ever, ever open your mouth or utter anything about politics in my presence. Because that's where a lot of Americans get this whole, the idea of elections effed up. This is where y'all mess up. This is where. It's just like Jill Stein and RFK and all these other, third-party candidates and stuff coming out of the woodwork every 4 years to run for president. None of y'all pay any damn attention to local elections. And that is a problem. That is a damn problem. That's a problem. Y'all are sitting around, everybody focuses on the big job. Nobody focuses on the little jobs. Your state house has more of an impact on your life than the U.S. Senate, the U.S. Congress, or the White House. I'm telling you this right now. You can blame this, that, and the third all the hell you want, but I'm telling you, down ballot. Brandon, thank you. Brandon Giles over in the YouTube chat. Down ballot elections are why Tim Walz and Minnesota Dems could pass that legislation. That's exactly what I am talking about. The Republicans would not have the balls to do the crap that they're doing if some of y'all would pay more attention to the damn down ballot elections. I know some of y'all don't even know who's running against the congressperson in your district. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Some of y'all don't know which governors are up against who. A lot of y'all don't. And the only reason the Republican Party is able to get away with the shit that they are right now is because a lot of y'all do not pay attention to these down ballot races. Yes, the presidency is the most visible one, but there's a whole lot going on. And the Abandon Harris campaign. Let me ask you a question. Are you going to abandon anybody else? There are 435 seats in the U.S. Congress. Every single seat is up for grabs in this election. You abandoning that? Are you abandoning all of that? There are governorships all throughout the 50 states of the United States that are up for grabs. Are you abandoning that too? That is one of the biggest damn problems with this idea of the only thing we focus on is the presidency. That shows you that shows you the lack of education for a lot of people. The Republicans would not be trying to pull up the damn Dred Scott case if a lot of you did what y'all was supposed to do. Hey Maya, bye, Maya, roll. You can get the hell up out of here. Trump 24. Yeah. 24 years in prison. Or no, 20 years in prison and 24 years on house arrest. I don't even care. This is my again, the American electorate gets on my nerves. So since I'm already talking about let it go, let me go ahead and tell you this. I need you lazy ass non-voters to let it go. Let go of your damn apathy. I'm gonna tell you, and this actually happened, okay? I was a staff sergeant in the Army, right? And I had to in-process some new soldiers. I was working in brigade. That's what it was. We got a whole new batch of soldiers that came in. So I'm working at brigade. I'm working in brigade at CQ duty, right? We get all these new soldiers in. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So bus comes in, all these new soldiers and stuff are standing there. If they're E5 and above, you know, I'm talking to them like, okay, do you know what union you're going to? Blah, 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 go over here, right? If they're a sergeant major or they're an officer or something like that, I'm like, okay, sir, here is the person that's supposed to in process you. The brigade sergeant major comes down and speaks to the sergeant majors and stuff like that because they're new coming into the unit. So I had a bunch. Sam Duggan over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. So I had all of these new soldiers coming in. And they were all processing through. Everybody's going to go through S1 to get all this stuff taken care of. So when they got ready to go to their units, and they were all waiting outside, waiting for representatives from their companies to come and pick them up, I said to them this. I said, all of y'all some of y'all fresh out of AIT. All of them were fresh out of AIT. All of them, right? This was their first duty station. So I said to them, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. And they all stand at parade rest because, you know, I'm a staff sergeant. I said, your unit is only as good as you make it. Your unit is only as good as you make it. If your unit is shit, it's because you are not trying to make your unit better. If your unit is great, it should remain great because you are in it. Your unit is as good as you. I said, don't complain about your unit being bad. Make it better. When I'm sitting there giving y'all this game, And that's what I called it. I said, I'm sitting here giving y'all this game. So that means when you get to where I'm at, if you're in a unit and you see new soldiers, you should be telling them, hey, this is how you make this unit better. Get in, talk to your platoon sergeants, talk to your E5s, talk to other soldiers, talk to other soldiers. Make your unit better. Don't complain about it being bad, make it better. And they were like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So they all understood. But I told a lot of soldiers that. I told them on the range, I told them in the office and stuff like that. So here is my biggest problem with a lot of what goes on in political discourse. Everybody shits on the process. Nobody realizes that we are part of the damn process. Apathy does not work for shit. Somebody tell me when apathy ever was successful. And again, Buddha Cup, I come in peace. Somebody tell me when apathy has ever been effective for change. Let go of your apathy. Stop being a one eyeball, one vision type person. I am aware, at not just for the presidency, but I am aware of every single congressional district being up for grabs. I know there's a race going on in Missouri. Who's the Democrat? Who's the Republican? I know Josh Hawley is running his ass away from Kehoe. I know he is. I know he is. He rolled up at a Missouri State Fair where his opponent was talking about, let's do the debate now. Let's do the debate now. And Dog was like, man, if you don't get the hell out of my damn face, it's a county fair. What is wrong with you? But I know why he's doing it. Because Josh Hawley is afraid to run on his record in Missouri against this man. How many people in states know whether or not legalized marijuana is on your ballot? How many of y'all know on your ballot whether or not codification of abortion rights is on the ballot? How many of you know that? That's exactly my freaking point. That's exactly my freaking point. We hire these people because they're employees. We send them to Washington, D.C., or we send them to the state capitol. And then we act like we treat them like mushrooms. Feed them shit and keep them in the dark. And then when they pass a law that literally affects your paycheck, your child's education, your sex life, whatever, all of a sudden it's, oh my God, it sucks here. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I've told people ever since Kevin Roberts opened his mouth and decided to say, no, not yet, Chuck, not yet. Wrestling Talks on Thursday. I've been saying since Kevin Roberts decided to open his mouth to say leftists, the second revolution will be bloodless if the left allows it to be. And I took that personally. I was like Michael Jordan. I took that personally. Ever since then, I've been saying over and over and over and over and over again, I'm voting against Project 2025 and Agenda 47. Guess what? Project 2025 and Agenda 47 is not just going to touch the federal government, the presidency, or the U.S. Congress or the U.S. Senate. That shit is coming to a state near you. And while you simple asses are sitting around talking about abandon this, abandon that, your state house could be taken over by the Heritage Foundation. Your state senators and state congresspeople can be turned over to the Heritage Foundation. Then what your punk ass gonna do? Some of y'all are not even aware who is running against your current congressperson. Not just in the U.S. Senate or the U.S. Congress. I'm talking about the state Congress. The state Congress. Let it go. Let go your damn apathy. Because I'm going back to what the Republicans did. This little Republican group decided to use the damn Dred Scott case to try to say Kamala Harris cannot be president of the United States. The Dred Scott case was literally wiped out because of the 13th and 14th Amendments. Naturalized citizenship and things of that nature. Let it go! Let it go. And I'm telling you, what bothers me so much about being an American, I've said this before, so this is not a new thing. What bothers me so much about being an American is the apathy in which this country has. Like, we live in apathy. We do. We, as 100%, we do. The American people live in apathy. Do you understand? I really want you to understand that. We really honestly believe that things will never get better. In certain instances, yes. Yes. Certain things will never get better. We are never going to not sell weapon systems to countries to watch them blow up people. We're not going to do it. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It is a $1 trillion industry. It's not going to work. But that does not mean we cannot affect change or enact change on our local and our local and state levels to let our voices be heard, so that maybe one day we will stop it. Maybe we will. Dead ass. But at the exact same time, that's not going to happen if you do not participate. But here are some things that can change. We understand on a human rights level that a woman has a right to choose what to do with her body. Okay? On a human rights level, not a woman's rights, a human rights level. We understand that a woman has a right to choose what to do with her own body. And that means in those off presidential year elections, some of you can be putting codifying of Roe v. Wade in your state constitution on the ballot. There is nothing saying that you can't do it. If you think your state should have recreational marijuana use, you can get a petition done to put it on a ballot. Did y'all not know this? There was a young man, the young heavyset black guy with the blonde hair, that did a rap song telling you what it was that how our government works. It's one of the best videos I've ever seen. If I can find it, I'm going to start replaying it at least maybe once a week just so that people can see it. You have to know what your government does and where your government affects you in order for you to understand what your government is doing. Okay? Y'all need to let this apathy go. Young people are mobilized. Do you understand me? Young people are mobilized. Mobilized. That's why I like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They are mobilized for change. It's us old fossils in the Gen X generation who are literally trying to tell them, it's never going to work. We're never going to get it done. It's so sad. I'm sorry. I'm a Gen Xer, and I want change. Not for myself, but for my kids and my grandkids. My grandkids deserve to live in a world safely. My daughter, who is special needs, deserves to live in a world of safety. And the only way that's going to work is if the American populace understands the power that they have. The only reason Citizens United passed because a bunch of rich people wanted it to pass, right? Let's just call it what it is. Call it what it is. A bunch of rich people wanted that shit to pass, and it passed. Here's how you fight against it. What is to say that you cannot put a ballot measure in your local elections that states all lobbying money in your state, it has to go? I know that sounds wild. They're like, oh, wow, really? Yes. and then you put it to a vote for the people of your state. You can make it to where your state is the first state that does not allow lobbying money to go to state senators, state congressmen, or the governor of your state. You can do this. You can do this. One of the things that happened when they got rid of Acorn was because this is what Acorn did. They told you where to vote in your local elections. They told you who was running for your local elections. There's a group out of Kansas City called Freedom Inc., and they have backed black candidates up and down the board. Other white candidates have had to come to Freedom Inc. to talk to them about, working with them. You can do the same damn thing. You can do the exact same thing. Because the Republican Party is going to continue to do, Auntie Maria, oh, you beautiful woman. Hello, how are you? How are you? You can affect change however you see it and however you do it. It is up to you. And this is what I'm saying. Number one, an elected official works for you. You understand that? An elected official works for you. They do. Their entire job is predicated on you voting for them. So ask for more than surface level shit. We have an uneducated, I want y'all to understand, this is all by design. An uneducated populace does not make educated decisions, and they elect uneducated, unserious candidates to jobs they do not deserve. If you are in a conversation with somebody and they bust out with, hey, doctors are mutilating young boys and turning them into young girls, that's a non-serious person. That's an uneducated human being. Why are you talking to them? Let them go. But guess what? Understand, every election, off presidential years, on presidential years, if you get enough signatures, you can get anything put on a ballot. Anything. You want recreational marijuana? Get a ballot measure done. And you can have, on the next election, marijuana for recreational use, and the entire state votes for it. Boom. That's how it happened in Missouri. That's exactly how it happened in Missouri. And it was nothing to because when the people speak, we win. Make no mistake about it. I'm going to tell y'all something. The states is where your life changes. Not the White House. Not the White House. It is in your governor's mansion and the state house. That's where your life changes. That's where a lot of the laws that you are so mad about, that's where they go to be born. Y'all literally look up at the presidency and the Senate and Congress and think that's where it stops. Y'all think these decade to cover damn near everybody in the state of Missouri. It was a great day. This wasn't some, you almost lost just a little bit. No, this was an overwhelming win. And the state house, the Republicans in the state house fought against it. They had to be taken to court to have that happen. In Ohio, they voted overwhelmingly to codify Roe v. Wade and guarantee a woman's right to choose what to do with her own body. And they blocked it. They blocked it. These were the state senators and state congresspeople in the state of Ohio. They fought against it. When we fight, we win. And not just at the White House. That's where most of y'all lose me. That's why the Republicans, these little Republican offshoots that have been a part of the Republican Party for so long, some of y'all didn't even realize they were there. That's why they can say shit like, hey, Kamala Harris can't be president. Dred Scott. Who gives these people power? The silliness. Okay, why is my, like, come on now. The decision, this don't make no damn sense. They're restricting. This is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous shit I ever seen. Now they're gonna restrict it. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. Now, this is why they can get away with that shit. Dev! Oh, snap! Dev over in the YouTube chats. Good morning. But that's what I'm talking about. Candace Moody. Woo! What's going on, Candace Moody over in the YouTube chats? Good morning. But that's my problem. The American populace is not educated about these things because the American populace chooses not to be educated about these things. You can be a one-issue voter if you want to. I am a one-issue voter this year. I am voting against Project 2025 and Agenda 47. There are so many different things inside of both of those that will affect me as a soldier. I mean, as a veteran. It affects my family. It affects my grandkids, things of that nature. But don't think I am not aware of every state race that is going on. Don't. Because I have to be an educated voter. I have to know these things. And the reason I have to know them is because what goes on in the White House, what goes on in the Capitol, does not affect me as much as what goes on in the State House and what goes on in the governor's mansion. And if you think I'm making that up, test it. Freaking test it. Freaking test it. Y'all think Project 2025 is just going to be a federal thing? No, it's not. It's not. There are a lot of Republican governors, Republican state senators, Republican state Congress people that are absolutely 100% on board with Project 2025. So even if we beat it for the White House, that shit might affect your state house. And your dumbasses are sitting around talking about abandon this, abandon that, abandon this, abandon that. You're not doing your damn job. I feel like John Cena talking to Roman Reigns. I can do this part-time better than some of y'all can do it full-time because you're not doing your damn job. You're not. Y'all, everybody want to focus on the White House. And that's where we freaking lose. Every single year, the people get screwed. Because y'all spend so much time worrying about the White House, the Senate, and the Congress. But you worry about the White House, the Senate, and the Congress until all presidential year elections, then your punk asses don't even show up. You do not show up. You want things done. None of you are putting out ballot measures. None of you are even studying what is going on in your state house. There is a state senator, a state congressman that has more effect on your damn life than you even possibly imagine. They have more effect on what goes on in your house, in your doctor's office, on the roads than you even freaking imagine. And half of y'all don't even know who the hell they are. My friend Antoine Jennings, shout out to him. He's the nutty professor over on TikTok. He is my brother. I love him with everything in me. And I will go to war for that man. I go to war with that man. He ran for a Senate seat in a district in Missouri that is historically red. The state Democratic National Committee basically told him, your ass is on your own. They said, you're on your own. Because a Democrat has never won that district. Not even being competitive in that district. Not even being competitive in that district. And Antoine ran anyway. And I'm going to tell you something. Mike Sirapoy won, but he only won by about 1,000 votes. 1,000. My brother Antoine almost won that seat. Almost. Had the party gotten behind him, put money behind him, put flyers out for him, he would have been a hell of a lot closer than 1,000 votes. In that whole district, and mind you, it covers at least 3 or 4 big ass cities. He was willing to go to parts of that district that were historically Trump, historically red, historically conservative, historically Republican. He went to him. He was on the radio talking. But the Democratic Party said, you're on your own, because that district is routinely and historically red. Imagine if he had had 1,000 more votes. He would have been in a tie, or he could have won. But the Democratic apparatus in the state of Missouri gave up on that district because you can't change minds there. Why? Because nobody goes there to fight. Nobody goes there to fight. Nobody goes to that district. No blue person goes to that district to fight. No blue person, no blue party goes to that district. Now tell me something. Whose fault is that? I know damn well everybody in that district wasn't Republican. I lived in it. I know they weren't. I lived there. That's how the hell me and Antoine met in the first place. We met at a March for... Antoine had been following me on TikTok this whole time. We met at a March for Our Lives rally right before a Pride festival. And he said, hey, I want you to help me work on my campaign. I said, all right, okay, cool. We have been friends and brothers ever since. A lot of people do not realize the power that they have on their state level. But they have apathy, which is why the theme of the show this morning is let it go. You've got to let that bullshit go. These people are our employees. And if you are so narrow-casted and so narrow-minded that you seem to believe the only people who are watching, the only places that matter are the damn White House, then you got a problem. You have a problem. Like it doesn't make any damn sense. It's literally, this is our fault. The American people. People so focused on, Joe Biden's in charge of the gas prices. No, he's not. You know he ain't. The food prices. Do you not think these corporations have their hooks in from the White House all the way down to the State House? Do you not think that's happening? How many of y'all know who's running for mayor of your town? How many? I bet you don't. Again, that's a problem. Which brings me back to this Republican chant of, she can't be president, she wasn't born here. Or no, because of Dred Scott. The Republican Party is spiraling their ass off. They're genuinely spiraling their ass off right now. They cannot, I say again, they cannot understand how they were in the lead in the beginning and now they're not. It's because their candidate is wholly unpopular. And it's an Obama-McCain moment. Donald Trump is running around here with no hair on his head because he let it go, let go. But I'm gonna talk about him in a second. But this is where the power of the people come in. Some of y'all don't even know whether or not you're registered to vote. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Some of y'all don't even know whether or not you're registered to vote. While you out here making these broad declarations, are you even going to vote? Sure. I'm part of Abandon Harris. Are you going to vote any down ballot? You're just going to get rid of you're just going to be, not even be a part of the whole democratic process. Just, I'm going to go to the voting place. I'm going to look at my ballot. I ain't going to fill it out. I'm going to send it in because that'll send a message. Yeah, you know what message it'll send? That you are a non-factor. You are a non-factor. That's what the message will be sent. We don't even give a damn about you. We do not care. Eric Dixon over in the Instagram chat. Good morning. But You are non-factor. You're meaningless. And Chuck's over in the YouTube chat says there are deadlines. You need to be checking. It's almost September. The election's in 2 months. I know I'm voting. I got my voter registration card in the mail the other day. There are deadlines. These people are playing these games because they realize the American populace don't give a shit. They are playing these games because they know the American populace don't give a shit. Some of y'all will give a shit about the smaller, minor things and not look at the big picture. Your comfort is more important than the comfort of the entire country. There are people outside of the United States that are talking mad shit about people inside the United States because of this election. Not realizing that you can say all that shit. You can say all that shit now. Let this thing go the other way. Then you're going to be begging for help. You're going to be begging for help. You're going to be screaming from the rooftops, trying to get every accomplice possible. You're going to be reaching out to every single solitary ass marginalized community all throughout America to stand in solidarity. Your dumb ass going to mess around and get screwed up, because I'm going to tell you something. Elections in the United States, elections in the UK, elections in France, elections in China, elections in Russia, the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council affect the whole damn world. Let this shit go the wrong way. Let it happen. Let this bitch go the wrong way. Let this go the wrong damn way, and I promise you, you will be begging for us to fight for you outside the U.S. And a lot of us gonna be like, kiss our collective black ass. Y'all seem not to understand this. When superpowers have elections, when nuclear arsenal having countries have elections, the whole world trembles. The whole world. When Russia has one, when China has one, when France has one, when the US has one, when the UK has an election, the entire world trembles. Because whatever comes out of that election is going to affect people that are nowhere even near these 5 countries. Your immigration policies are going to be affected by these elections. Your safety and things of that nature are going to be affected by these elections. If you think I'm making it up, look at what happened in the UK. Look at what happened in the UK. They finally got rid of they finally got rid of the Tories after 14 and 15 years of Tory rule. And Labour came back into leadership. And literally a week later, there were riots against Muslims and brown people and immigrants. Brought to you by white, racist, fascist, agitating, Eurocentric human beings. When the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council have an election, the entire world trembles. And I'm going to tell you something. You can be snooty. You can be stuck up. You can be whatever you want to be outside. But mark my words. Let this thing go wrong. Let this thing go bad. Let this thing go against what you want it to be. You over here making a stance for this, that, and the third. Let this bitch go wrong. What you think is going on right now is going to look like a summer breeze compared to what's coming next. There's going to be a whole morning, Chaos King over the TikTok chat. Good morning. There's going to be a whole lot of slow singing and flower bringing, put it that way. Y'all better root for the right outcome. And this is what I had to learn. When Kevin Roberts said that shit, I dug into Project 2025. I've had it on my computer for months. Downloaded it because I figured one day I was going to actually get a chance to read it. And then Kevin Roberts said that bullshit because he was feeling cocky. After Biden had a bad debate against Trump, he was feeling real cocky, right? Nuts, just big as hell. He got his chest all out. Yeah, it's a second revolution. It'll be bloodless if the left allows it to be. I said, whoa. Wait a minute. I'm a grown-ass man. I've been a leftist my whole life. Who are you talking to, Kevin? My hood jumped up in me. Roanoke Ridge Projects came right out there. Who are you talking to, dog? I said, no. Let me go read Project 2025. And then I started to read it. Then I started to see other people making videos about it. Then I studied it some more. Then I looked at Agenda 47, which is the clip notes of Project 2025. I said, oh, hell no. No. I'm not letting that shit happen here. Then I start hearing all about, oh, we're not going to do this. Oh, we're not going to do that. We're not going to support this. We're not going to support that. Then every time I see it, I keep thinking of Kevin Roberts saying that bullshit. Every single time I see somebody talk about abandon this, abandon that, abandon this, abandon that, I keep hearing Kevin Roberts in my ear. The second revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be. And all I can think is, do you dumbasses understand what the hell is coming? No, y'all don't. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. You don't. It's like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. You don't. Women's rights being restricted is just the beginning. The total immigration policy of sending every person back is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. They're talking about turning the presidency into a monarchy, giving all power of the executive branch and reducing the power of the legislative and judicial branch of the United States and giving it all to one man. One man. Donald Trump can sit up and talk about he don't know, he hasn't heard, I don't know nothing about Project 2025, all the hell he want to. His name's in it over 300 times. Some of y'all are playing with fire while wearing gasoline drawers and a kerosene shirt. And you're going to get flamed. Because let me say this one more time. When China, Russia, France, the US, and the UK have an election, the world trembles. Because those are the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. They are the only 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. These 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council will never go to war with each other straight up, but they will have proxy wars. When America talks about American interest, what they mean is there's a country someplace with something we want. We're going to take the shit, and if you don't give it up, we will nuke you. Those 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council are literally the biggest weapons, arms dealers on the face of the earth. Some of this shit y'all are over here complaining about outside this bitch, you better pray this shit goes right. You better pray. Look at Macron almost lost his damn job to a far-right fascist and Marie Le Pen. You better pray this shit goes right. He barely won. Understand that he barely won. And literally, in the UK, the last Prime Minister Sunak had to be such a piece of shit in order for labor to win in the first place. And what was the backlash? Far right agitating fascists, just like Marie Le Pen in France, just like Putin over in Russia. Y'all better pray we get this shit right. Y'all, listen, you better pray to whatever God you believe in. Because if we don't, it's canceled Christmas for some of y'all. Some of you people around outside of America talking mad shit. Got a whole lot of bass in your damn voice. But Project 2025 can be downloaded any computer on the face of the earth. Download it and read it. If you're in England and you over here talking shit, if you're in England over there talking shit, download Project 2025. Then come holler at me. You in France over there talking shit. Oh, snap, Howard Cruz over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. You in France talking shit about the Democratic nominee. Download Project 2025, then come holler at me. You better let this shit go. You better let it go. You better pray we get this shit right. You better pray we get this shit right. And some of y'all in America, if you don't know who is running for your governorship, if it's up for grabs, who is your state senator, who's your state congressperson, who's your mayor, who's on your city council, if you don't know those damn things, but your ass is out here talking shit about not voting for this, that, and the damn third, you are betraying your damn job as an American citizen, a taxpaying citizen. Like dead ass. I'm telling you, you better let it go. You better let it go. You better let that bullshit go. Because if you think the world can survive a second Trump presidency, if you think America can survive a second Trump presidency, you're out of your damn mind. You are out of your rabid ass mind. That man is not about democracy. That man is all about making himself rich and staying his punk ass out of jail. Argue with your mama. Do not argue with me. And all the state houses that have Republicans in them, that are part of the Republican Party, which is now the Donald Trump MAGA party, you don't think you can't get that same work at home? Why you over here focusing on the White House? Your damn governor could be, oh, we'll have Project 2025 here in Nebraska. Oh, we'll have Project 2025 here in South Dakota. Oh, shit, we'll have Project 2025 here in Wyoming. Next thing you know, everything in your life is screwed up. And because you decided not to use your damn power to fight the shit, guess what happened? It got done. Y'all better let go of that damn apathy. And I'm talking not just in the United States, but around the world. Y'all better let go of that bullshit. Fascism is on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. Fascism is on the damn rise. Viktor Orban is still in Hungary. Putin is still in Russia. Bolsonaro is still running around someplace in Brazil. And y'all gonna mess right around, whether it's the people in Gaza, the people in Afghanistan, the people, the small people in Europe and everything else, y'all gonna mess right around and get them all killed. Argue with your mama. Do not argue with me. Let me reset this show. This is the Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio, streaming on TikTok, streaming on YouTube, streaming on Instagram, and anywhere you get your regular schmegula ass morning show routines. My name is Thomas Bishop. I'm known as the Villain. This show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com, pick up the hottest, freshest, newest scent on these candle streets. It is called Villainous. It is inspired by yours truly, Thomas the Villain Bishop. $18, ladies and gentlemen. And you can get scents created by some of your favorite content creators. London does a live every night where she shows you how she makes those candles. It almost makes you want to drink the candle, then you realize that it's hot wax and you ain't trying to get your entire insides clogged. So you'll just burn the candle rather than trying to eat it. Go to glitterwix.com. Glitterwix, the official candle of Ghost Claw Productions Radio. If you like what's going on, I got 3 instructions for you. Share, like, gift. If you got it, gift. If you don't got it, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But back to what I was talking about. Because the other aspect of letting it go has to do with one Donald John Trump. He really needs to let go of the fact that he ain't got no damn hair. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. He really does need to let go of the fact that he has no hair whatsoever. No hair whatsoever. The man is balding. That bullshit that it was ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever seen in my life. He was out there trying to golf. He didn't wear his orange Oompa Loompa Cheeto Man mask, and he didn't have his hair on. I called him Timu Trump because I don't believe that's him. But I'm going back to the voter when I say let it go. Because Donald Trump has been running for office since 2015. Okay? Since 2015, he has been running for office. He had the office from 2017 to 2020, and we saw the carnage that happened afterwards. He decided to run again because he lost. His shriveled orange nuts got really big after the debate with Joe Biden. He thought he was just going to win in a landslide. And then Joe Biden, Kaiser Soze that ass, and told him, I'm not running. Gave his full endorsement to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris comes up with Tim Walz, who's just basically America's dad. He's y'all dad. Tim Walz ain't but a couple of years older than me, so I will never call him daddy. When I was born, he was like, I don't know, 8, maybe, I think. I don't know. So no, he ain't gonna be daddy. He'll just be, an older half-brother. Y'all can call him dad. I don't care, whatever. He's the happiest human being I think I've seen running for public office in a very long time. And now Donald Trump is out here spiraling. And the Republican apparatus around him is spiraling. Like Jesse Waters telling on the 5 saying that Kamala Harris, if she's in the Situation Room, is going to be paralyzed and the generals are going to have their way with her. You perverted piece of shit. Listen, Jesse Waters has no wife. Jesse Waters has no kids. Why? Because no woman would subject herself to being under Jesse Waters to you know what I mean? You know what I mean? To procreate. Okay? Jesse Waters is, whatever, man. Sit your goofy ass down, don't nobody give a shit. What are you telling Trump was wearing some type of wig? Yes, Howard, over in the YouTube chat. Yes, I think it was a wig. I don't even know. But again, I go back to the American voter. Because of this, change does not happen in a vacuum. It doesn't. There have to be circumstances that create change. I will tell you in a heartbeat that my apathy I have the same American apathy that I accuse everybody else of. I am not better than. This is one of the things about the building. I need y'all to understand this, okay? The stuff that I talk about, I'm not putting myself above you. I'm right the hell there with you. I'm right there. I am right there. Yes, I will say it. I suffer from the same American apathy that I am accusing everybody else of suffering from. I'm telling you this. This is not me making that bullshit. This is me being dead ass honest. I will tell you in a heartbeat, I suffer from the same apathy that I am mad at other people about. Yes, I do. And I have had to fight it. I have had to fight it. You know what I mean? I've had to. because I realized it's not about me anymore. It's about the next generations coming up. It is. It's not about me. It's not about my wants, my needs, my this, my that. It is literally about the next generation. It is. I want education that literally deals with America's past to make America's future better. And I was apathetic about it. I was. I said, shit ain't gonna ever change. White folks are never gonna be comfortable with talking about slavery because they think we're talking about their ass and nobody's talking about them. I want a world where my daughters and granddaughters have the same rights, if not more, than my mother and my sisters had. But I was apathetic. I was like, white men are never going to give up their power, so why the hell would that ever happen? It's true. I want a world, I want a country where my son can be himself, even though he's gay. But my apathy was like, America ain't ready for that. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? So I am suffering from the same apathy. And I had to let it go. I had to let it go. I did. I had to learn. I had to learn that my power comes in that vote. It doesn't matter how much money Alex pours in. It doesn't matter how much money the Heritage Foundation pours in. It doesn't matter how much money any corporation in America pours into our elections. It's still one man, one vote. Still. I had to fight my own apathy. Again, a lot of people seem to believe that when I talk about these things that I'm standing above people. I am not. I suffered the same way everybody else. Apathy, misogyny. I tell people these things. I don't tell them to get brownie points. I tell them because I want you to understand I too have gone through these things. When I talk about fatherhood, I'm not talking from some standpoint that I was a great dad. I wasn't. I tell people all the time. I was a horrible father. I was. Absolutely. Ask my kids. They'll tell you. Maybe not my daughter, but my sons absolutely will. I was a bad dad. I was. If I wasn't gone in the military, I was mentally not there. I was depressed all the time. I was not a good father. I was not the best father I could possibly be. So I'm not saying this from some standpoint of I'm the best dad ever. I'm not. I never was. My sons will tell you this. When I talk about misogyny, I'm not talking about it from, I'm so much better. I've never done. No, I'm recoverably misogynistic. Be the first person to say it. I absolutely am. Absolutely 100% I am. I'm not going to sit here and try to lie. I am getting over it. I am starting to look at women. Kel Rose is in the house. Kel knows. Kel. Just keep playing with me this way. Good morning, beautiful. Over in the TikTok chats. Good morning. I'm not saying any of this from the standpoint that I am better. I am saying this as a person who sees the writing on the wall. A person who sees the damage that can be done if these things are not fixed. And again, I know this, but I also know you cannot have tunnel vision with this shit. You can't. You cannot have tunnel vision when it comes not just to your own faults, but to the faults of your fellow citizens, the faults of your government, the faults of your government officials. I was on a live with a guy yesterday, and he said, hey, I agree with you. I just think we do too much frivolous spending. And because he was a veteran, I'm a veteran. I said, okay, so let's check this out. I think the defense budget should be slashed, which is literally the most expensive thing we spend money on in this country is defense. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me, right? So I told him, rather than us paying for these new weapon systems from defense contractors, why don't we give that money to the service members that are actually doing the damn job? From the highest general or admiral to the lowest private or seaman or whatever the hell. Give them the money. Stop giving it to these defense contractors. Because when you build something like a THAAD system or what have you, eventually you're going to want to use it. And if you're not going to use it in a war, which you know for a freaking fact there never will be a war between the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, you're going to send it someplace so that some brown person can get blown up. And it's true. So here's my thing. By knowing this, you have to change it. It has to change. And that's what I mean. That's why the theme of this show today, is let it go. You have to fight for something. And you have to let go of all of those bullshit ideas that you had about it. Our government is not ran simply by the presidency. And our government doesn't just affect Americans. It affects the world. It does. The whole world. The UK elections affected us. You know how? Labour came back into power after 17 years? 15, 16, 17 years, right? And the backlash with that was the continuation of fascism. Those riots in the streets, schools being burned, Muslim people being killed and beaten up and things of that nature, it emboldened the ones over here. The same people that did those riots have the same mentality of the people that did January 6, 2021. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. The same mentality, the exact same mentality that caused those riots in the UK has been boiling up in the United States since Donald Trump lost the election and January 6, 2021 happened. These people have a chance to gain power. We see that they're doing violence, but now they have a chance to gain power. And some of y'all are wanting to sit out. What? You mean to tell me you want to sit this shit out? I know there's some Brits right now that want their country, they want to fight for that shit. They want to fight for it. There's French people that want to fight against this fascism. There are people in Russia that are fighting against the fascism of Vladimir Putin. What do we have in America? Some of you don't know who is running in your state office. Some of you don't know who is running for your governor's office. You don't know. If somebody was to run up on your ass right now with one of them Second Amendments and gave you 3 seconds and asked you who is your district senator for your state, you'd be popped. You're going to the upper room. You are going to the upper room because you don't know. And that right there is the apathy I had. Again, I speak of nothing. In 4 years, I speak of nothing that I have not also gone through. When I speak about the PDF files and the groomers and shit, it's because I was groomed. It's because 2 of my family members were hurt by PDF files. I speak of nothing that I have not also gone through. Infidelity, when I talk about infidelity, is because I have been unfaithful. I have cheated. Not only have I cheated, I've gotten caught because I was stupid. Not a great, again, ladies and gentlemen, the name The Villain is not just some sexy thing that I picked up. I am the damn villain. I have done some shit that I will be apologizing for the rest of my damn life. I will. And the apathy towards our elections, I am guilty of it. I am fully, wholly, 100% guilty of it. I am. I had to get over it, though. I had to learn and get over it. I've had trans friends in my life, my whole life. But I never truly appreciated what they have to go through. I didn't. I just put blinders on. That's my friend. I don't give a shit. It's my friend. And then I started to listen. I started to hear. I started. Chaos. I'm trying to stop smoking all the way, but I have to keep my hands moving. I have something in my hands, so I picked up a pipe. There's nothing in it. I'm just holding it, putting it in my teeth, things like that. I'm really trying to stop smoking. I want to live to be 90. I got a house to pay off, but there's that. But I had to really truly look at the life my friends were living to truly understand the life that they had, the things that they have to go through. And once my eyes was open, I can't sit on the sidelines. Oh, well, that's just my trans friend. I don't give a shit. No, I had to get in a fight. I had to use my voice to say something about it. I have always been a rock rib feminist because I come from a family full of women, but it wasn't until I truly looked at the lives that women have to go through, black women especially, and the shit they have to put up with, before I finally realized I gotta say something. I gotta say something. And then when I did, I'm realizing, yo, you're a misogynist. What? Say that again? You're a misogynist. You have been misogynistic your whole life. Wait. No, I haven't. Yes, bitch, you have. You have. You have been misogynistic. But I wasn't drugging or anything. Like, no, stupid, you weren't. But you slept around a lot. In relationships, outside of relationships, you slept around. You gave no consideration to these people's hearts. I ain't even got an argument. Exactly. That's a hard pill to swallow. But I had to. And I had to let go of the myth that I wasn't. I had to let it go. I had to literally put myself in the position of the people that I have hurt. And I had to sit in it. It's uncomfortable as shit, man. Oh my God, it's uncomfortable. That's rough. But it had to be done. So when the whole TikTok thing blew up, I didn't pick the name The Villain because it sounded so cool. I picked it because this is the beginning of my story. I had to put Staff Sergeant Thomas E. McCormick in a box. The uniforms, the paperwork, all of it. I had to put Staff Sergeant Thomas E. McCormick in a tough box. And I had to put that tough box in the attic of my barn, or my office barn. But who was I after that? Who the hell was I? When I got out of the military, I literally started the deconstruction of my entire life. I was almost 50 years old. I was a half century old. And it was time for me to literally redo all of it. Relook at every single thing. From the moment I can remember until January 25th, 2020, the day I retired. And I had to do it for my 50th birthday, which was later on that year. So I did. And I started to realize it's ugly. It's really ugly. It's really, really ugly. I have neglected a lot of the shit I was supposed to do. I have. I was not a great husband. Whether it was I didn't talk to her enough, or I didn't think enough about her, I didn't see her as my partner and my best friend. I always thought I had to keep shit away from her. I was not a good husband. I'm trying to be a better one now. It doesn't always work. When I tell y'all I got caught cheating, I got caught cheating. Dead ass. Not even gonna try to run up front. I did. By her. I had to eat that. Couldn't lie. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. No. I did it. I did it. Paper. The proof is right there. She comes to me. You did this. Yes, I did. It led to a deeper conversation and something I was able to say that I had never said in my entire life, and I am so glad for that conversation, but I had to be honest. I was not a good husband. I wasn't a good father. I wasn't. Whether it was my depression, which got so bad that I could not even be the father my kids deserved, or whether it was the job, which was, hey, I'm going to leave, I got to go to this place. Hey, I'm going to leave, I got to go to this place. Hey, I'm going to leave, I got to go to this place. I was not a good dad. I wasn't. My sons, I can tell you right now, my sons will tell you this. I was not a good dad. I tried to be. I did the best I could, but I wasn't a good dad. My daughters will tell you, I tried, but I wasn't a good dad. I wasn't. I wasn't a good friend. I was not a good friend. I cared so much about my friends that I did not talk to them when they wanted me. They were like, hey, I'm your friend. You can talk to me about anything. And I believed it. I just never did it. I suffered in silence like a mug. You know what I mean? I suffered in silence like a mofo. I suffered in silence. I was going through shit that my friends could have helped me with. I just never talked to them. Never talked to them. I tried to be a good son. But I realized my parents were flawed. My parents were effed up. They were. They tried to raise me as best as they possibly could with the tools they had been given, which were rusty and broken. So they created a rusty and broken project, who then in turn went out and had kids and was having sex and was making piss poor decisions with money and things of that nature. I can't hate them for that. I can't. They're my parents. They did the best they could. I had greatest generation parents. I keep telling everybody, I ain't had no damn baby boom parents. My father was born in 1928. My mother was born in 1936. I didn't have any baby boomer parents. My parents were greatest generation. The racism I can talk about, like dead ass, the racism I can talk about came from them. I try to be a good husband. I try to be a good father. I try to be a good friend. I try to be a good man. I try to be a good son. I try to be a good brother. I will tell you right now, I have two sisters I haven't spoken to in 4 years. The last time I spoke to them was literally the day my mother died. I have not spoken to them. One of them threatened to kill me. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Why? So like dead ass, when TikTok blew up, when the numbers started, oh, you got 1,000 people following, you got 5,000 people following. I said then, honesty is all I deal in. I don't deal in this idea that I'm better than. I know I ain't shit. I know this. The villain moniker is not just some sexy, cool thing. It is an affirmation that I know I am flawed. I am flawed. I am still my mother's son. I am still my mother's son. So you will get respect from me until you give me disrespect, and then in turn I will give it back to you. But no woman I've ever spoken to on TikTok, off of TikTok, will tell you he was harassing and the first thing he said was a penis pic and things of that nature. They will never say that. They will never say that. I've had interactions with both men and women on and off of this damn app, and they can tell you honestly, I'm honest. I get my love of politics from my dad, but I get my love of knowledge from my mother. Both of whom, my father dropped out in the 6th grade. My mother dropped out in the 11th. Both of them stressed education to us. That is why my brother is the first member of our family to get any sort of degree. He has an associate's degree in computer engineering. I am the first person in my family to get a bachelor's degree. And I'm going to tell you how deep this goes. I didn't want to tell my siblings. I had worked my ass off for it. And when I knew I was going to graduate, I was like, I don't want to tell nobody. Because that's how much love I had for them. I didn't ever want them to say that I thought I was better than them. I always wanted to be a part of the group. Always. I never wanted them to believe, oh my God, Thomas thinks he's better than us. But my wife, being the person that she is, as soon as the damn diploma comes in and the letter from General Iacocca and congratulate me on a degree, what's the first thing she does? Plaster it all over Facebook. My black ass is in Korea getting messages from people on Facebook. Like, what the hell's going on? My wife posted it. Because I never wanted to, I never wanted people to think that I was better. Now, when I come on TikTok, yes, there are some people I tell them I'm absolutely better than you. And I mean every single word of it. Again, I don't lie. I mean it. Because some people are not worth my time, my energy. They're not worth these things. They're not. I am on a journey to create a better version of Thomas. I have been on this journey for 4 damn years. I have taken the bumps. I have cried the tears. I have raged. I have been angry. I have been lustful. I have been sad. I have been depressed. But do you know what else I've been? Free. Able to let the shit go. I have been able to finally face the demons that have always lived inside. I have been able to show that depression that follows me is hatred turned in. It is. You understand that's what depression is, right? Right? Depression is hatred turned in. Depression is hatred turned in. It is you hating yourself. That's why when people like Marlon Brown's big head ass wants to make fun of the fact that I suffer from depression and anxiety, I laugh at him because he looks like a damn idiot. He does. I'm going to make fun of the guy who suffers from depression and anxiety. Look at me, isn't this cool? No, dumbass, you look like a piece of shit. Who does that? I freely admit this. There are days I don't feel good. There are days I'm not at my best. There are days that I make videos that are just purely out of anger. They are purely out of muscle memory. And a lot of y'all don't even see it. I mean, y'all don't see the shit that's going on in my head and in my heart at that time. Because I won't let it out. I won't let it out. Doesn't mean I can't. I just won't. I fight battles almost daily. Almost daily. I do a radio show. I do a morning radio show where I try to make people laugh. I try to make people angry. I try to make people think. I try to get people into a better mind state. Sometimes I'm not there. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not. There are times where I go through shit. I'm just not here. I'm going to keep doing the show. Y'all ain't going to know. Sometimes I suffer from heartbreak. Recently, I confessed to a friend how much it hurt me that something that they did, and I was in tears. I'm talking about hard tears. What they did hurt me so bad that I shut off. And then it was brought up when they asked. Like when I say I'm a friend, I'm a friend. I'm there to the end. If both of us gotta go, then damn it, Butch and Sundance, bitch. Thelma and Louise, bitch. We going. That's what my friendship is. You see, I don't ever want to be that person anymore. The person who compartmentalizes things. I want to feel everything. Everything. If I see somebody, like I watch, exactly, Fred and Barty chaos, exactly. If I see somebody, and mind you, there's a lot of women I follow on TikTok that are older, they're mature, they're beautiful. I will never just be leering at them. No, but I do find them attractive. I now know that's okay for me to do. My wife used to call me the most sexually repressed pervert she ever met in her life. Because I was. I hid things. There's a thing my mother never learned about me. And I will never tell her. I can't tell her now. I can't. My mother's passed away. There are things in my life that my mother never knew about me. There are things in my life my father never knew about me. I carry that. I do. Living my authentic life. I'm still not there. Still. Now I'm going to sit up and say, oh, wow, you got 1 million followers on TikTok. You rolling in dough. One thing I need people to understand. I have never, ever, I will brag about my following when somebody else tries to say something about it. When you tell me, yo, son, you bought bots. No, I didn't. I haven't bought a single bot in the whole time I've been here. Not one time. That is organic. That is 1.1 million followers organically. That's the only time you will hear me bring that up. Because usually 99 out of 100% of the time, I don't give a shit if you like the messenger. Did you get the message? When you see me stand up and fight for black women, that is an authentic thing. And I don't give a shit if you like how I do it. Did you get the damn message? When I fight for the rights of the LGBTQIA+, I'm going to do it the way I do it because, again, I'm an asshole, I'm a piece of shit, and I know it. I don't give a shit if you like me. Did you get the message? There's no way I thought this shit was going to be the way it was. I am on a radio station that I am a co-owner of. After having a radio show for almost 3 years that bore my name, I am part of an organization that was just a spark in my damn head until Elijah made it real. I brag about the original 6 because I never thought I'd ever be in a situation where there's a crew. That is why I am pushing so damn hard to make sure that the Villains Guild is not just a TikTok thing or a social media thing. When Tiger Bomb goes out and does shit in the community, I want to brag about it. When Mick the Barbie Slayer talks about her education, I want to brag about it. I want us to have podcasts and things of that nature. We just got told the other night on the radio show, one of us might actually be running for Congress. I never thought I'd be a part of it. The Guild has been around for almost 4 years. I never thought I'd be a part of it. A group of people that think like me? Hell no. Because I never saw myself like that. It's the reason I said there is no leaders in the Guild. We are all leaders. Every one of us. Because there isn't. It could have been easy for me to say, I am the leader of the Guild. I'm not. just the most visible member. And I am a villain. Flat out. I am a villain. It's not a sexy name. It's not some cool shit. I am a villain because I understand that I have not been perfect in this world. My job is to make the perfect people, or the people that think they're perfect, reevaluate. It's my job. That is where my TikTok's career has gone. That's where my social media influence has become. It ain't about whether or not you like me. I don't give a shit if you like me. But are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? Are you feeling me? Is it motivating you to want to do better in this world? Is it motivating you to think outside of the bubble that your punk ass stays in? Is it making you want to be a better human being? Is it? Oh, well, you got 1 million followers. Does anything I say make you a better person? I never thought about it that way. They don't give a shit about the following. You ain't getting it. Then what the hell difference does it make when it comes from me? Do you understand that? I will admit freely, I was jealous from all of the TikTok friends that I have that were at the DNC. I ain't gonna front. It really kind of hurt my feelings. It did. I felt a kind of way. Oh, we're getting social media influencers to come to the DNC. I have over 1 million followers, and you mean to tell me y'all didn't even reach out to me? It's cool. It's cool. I felt the way. I did. I'm not gonna lie. But then I had to remember it was never about being in that rare air. It was never about that. They would have brought me there for 4 days. I would have made TikTok videos for 4 days, but it's not like I would have ever been able to speak to, Governor Westmore from Maryland. They're not gonna talk to me. And the thing about it is, I tell people all the time, I'm not a social media influencer. I'm not. I'm a social commentator. I commentate on society. One of the aspects of me commentating on society is remembering that I am a part of it. I'm just as screwed up as everybody else. I am. I'm just as effed up as every damn body else. I ain't perfect. I don't try to stand and pretend like I am. I don't do that. I'm a piece of shit. And I know it. But I'm trying to be better. Do y'all remember Samuel L. Jackson's speech to what's-his-face in Pulp Fiction? When he talked about, I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd. That's me. That's me. I am trying my damnedest to be the last, 10, 15 minutes of the Dark Knight. I'm trying. I'm going to fail at it. I ain't perfect. I'm going to screw it up. I didn't just call myself the villain so that it will cover my bases. I call myself the villain because I start there. I want other people to be good. I want you to have a better life. I want you to be more aware of the shit that is going on around you. I want you to be the sort of person that is aware of your failings, aware of your flaws, and live despite them because of them. I say all the time, every single day you are alive is a day for you to learn something you didn't know before. Every day. Every single day is another day for you to learn what you did not know. Every day is a day for you to be a better person than you were the night before. If you go to bed tonight, let's say you learn a new karate move. Just one. Learn a new karate. And you practice that shit from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., 24 whole hours. And then you go to sleep. The next day, it should be, I know this one now. I want more. There's a thirst in my head. There's a thirst in my heart. I want to be better. I want to be that silent guardian. I want to be the hero you deserve, but not the one you need right now. I want to be hated by those who want to stop you from learning and being a better human being. Hate me. I don't care. I'm good with it. Call me every name in the book. Yes, I paint my fingernails. He must be gay. Whatever. He wears hoop earrings. He must be gay. Okay, yeah, come on. Keep giving it to me. Give it to me. Because you know, when you're giving it to me, you know who you ain't giving it to? That one little gay TikToker that just wants to come on and perform their dance steps. They just want people to see their dance steps. You ain't picking on them because you're picking on me. If you're picking on me about my depression and anxiety, you know who you're not picking on? That one woman that is going through depression and anxiety and is just looking for somebody to tell her, it's going to be okay. We got you. Send it to me. Send it to me. Because I know, if you are hating me, then there's kids on the other side of TikTok or Instagram or whatever that are literally being their best selves. We'll hunt him because he can take it. Because sometimes truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded. Hate my black ass. Hate me. Because if you can hate me, you're not hating on somebody else. When I see shit like what people were talking about when it came to Gus Walls, that's why I got pissed. It wasn't just because I had autistic children. No, I had an anger inside of me because don't pick on that kid. You want a real fight, bring your ass to me. I ain't playing by your rules. I'm going to talk bad about you. You can go after a kid who, I don't care what he has. He's still 17 years old. You want to pick on him? Bring your ass to me. I'm a better fighter because I'm going to talk bad about you. I'm going to make you hate every single solitary thing about my beautiful black ass. Because if you focus on me, you're leaving Gus Walls alone. I know I ain't shit. I know it. This is not a secret. This is not something that I've ever tried to hide. I'm a cheater. I'm a liar. I have stolen. I have broken people's hearts. I have broken people's trust. I have betrayed friends. I am the villain in every single aspect. And in the process of owning what I am, well, shit. Here's some other people. They own it too. Woo! Now we got a guild of them. A guild of people that know our flaws make us better. We ain't out here trying to lie. One of the reasons people are still clinging to Donald Trump is because they believe the lie so much more than the truth. The problem is, I'm the truth. I ain't shit. And guess what? I know it. I'm not trying to be better. I'm not. I just want to be good. Now I have to do the work to do it. There is no more cover for me. That's what the Army was. That's what the Army was. That's what my entire time in the military was. Covering the person that I really was. And I was able to lie about it. Get away with it. I told my therapist I would have never made it to Sergeant First Class. There's no way. Oh, no, I take that back. I did say I probably would have made Sergeant First Class, but I'd be dead in 6 months. I would have taken myself off the census. I would have gone to the upper room myself, by my own hand. Because everything I would have needed to do to make Sergeant First Class would have literally drove me to the point I could not stay on this planet anymore. And I would have broken my wife's heart and my daughter's heart and my kids' hearts and my grandkids' hearts. I would have done that. I had to leave. And I left honorably. Honorably. Can't take that away from me, baby. Can't. I left with the love and admiration of my fellow soldiers, fellow NCOs, and fellow officers. Say what you want to about me. You can't take that away. So, Staff Sergeant Thomas E. McCormick is sitting in a box. What you see in front of you is me. I had to let it go. I had to let it go. I had to let go of my toxic masculinity. And the way I let it go is by acknowledging I had it in the first place. I had to let go of my apathy towards elections. And the only way I did it was to acknowledge I had it in the first place. The villain was not a cool name. The villain was formed. The villain was formed through this knowledge. Thomas, you've cheated. Yes, I have. Yes. Little bit more. Thomas, you have not always been the best dad. No, I haven't. Little bit more. Thomas, you haven't always been the best friend. No, I haven't. Little bit more. I'm shaping it. Oh shit. There it is. There it is. There's that person. Now, it's all about what you're gonna do with it. Shit. Time to start sounding the trumpet. Time to start sounding the trumpet. Guess what? It's okay to not be okay. It is okay to say, I suffer from depression and anxiety. I cry. I told my sister the other day, like 2 weeks ago, I am tired of watching films and movies where families are together and I can't stop crying. I miss my siblings. I miss what we used to have. Even if it was built on fabrication, I miss it. I miss that closeness I thought we had. I miss it. It wasn't real in the first place, but it still felt good. Felt good. You know, one of the coolest aspects of the guild? My brother's a member. My brother, the Saint, is a member of the guild. We are a part of a group together. Something we have never been able to do. I look up to my little brother. When I say he is the greatest man I have ever known, I mean every syllable of this. I have met admirals, I have met governors, I have met generals, I have met colonels, I have met politicians, things of that nature. My brother, Robert, Rocky, I put him up against all of them and he would win. I love my brother. I love my brother with everything in me. But my brother is flawed. My brother suffers from the same stuff I suffer from. Feelings of inadequacy, feelings of self-worth, not feeling like you're beautiful, not feeling like you're loved. My brother suffers from the same thing. Funny how that works, isn't it? When people call me a king or, oh my God, you're so attractive, I will play it off. I love playing the role of the rogue and the cad that likes playing into it. But deep down, no, I don't feel good about myself. I don't. Sometimes I feel really lonely, and I cry. Ain't no use of me lying. Ain't a single minute use of me lying. I cry because I don't see the person everyone else. I'm trying. Woo, I'm trying. I am trying. I haven't been to therapy in 3 months, 4 months, 4 months. Haven't been in an actual therapy session with an actual therapist. We can sit down and talk about stuff in 4 months. Starting to think it ain't even worth it. But that doesn't mean I don't get up and fight. Doesn't mean I don't get up and fight. And I'm not fighting for some cool, sexy thing. Hello, over in the YouTube chat. Good morning. And you're right. My brother is the lifesaver. He is. My brother is such a better man. Such a better man. But this does not mean I don't fight. It doesn't. Y'all can say whatever you want to about the number of people that follow. The one thing I will say to every single solitary one of them is thank you. Whether you're real or a bot, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much. But for me, it ain't about that. Does the inner child speak through you still? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't even tried to try to find him. I haven't. I know there is an inner child. I know that. No, I don't do shadow work. And I think one of the reasons I don't is because, I don't know, I'm old school, whatever. But here's the thing about Thomas the Villain Bishop, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Here's one thing you will always know about. Always. It's never been about the fallen. It has never been about the fallen. It has always been about making every person that follows me more aware of this world that they live in. If I can do it through humor, cool. If I can do it through anger, cool. If I can do it through education, cool. Because I want to empower you. It ain't about me. It ain't about me. I'm just the messenger. That is all I am. There will come a time where I'm done with this. And don't get me wrong, I'm afraid of death just like everybody else. I'm not afraid of death itself. I'm just afraid of everything that I leave behind. Everything. And knowing everything that I leave behind, it makes every single solitary day precious. Even if I don't do a damn thing but make TikTok videos in a single day, it still is important. Because I gotta make a world that my kids and my grandkids can grow up in and be their real self. I fight for black women not because I'm simping or it's cool. I fight for them because I have lived with black women. I have lived around black women. The black woman struggle is something I was raised with. Oh, but you married a white woman. And did that all of a sudden stop me from being black? Nope. Did that somehow erase all of the memories that I have had of the black woman struggle? It did not. Who I go to bed with does not stop what I know. Never has, never will. I fight for black men to be stronger and better. Not because it's some cool hip shit, not because I'm some sort of a passport bro, but because I know we can be better. I've seen some of the strongest, most educated, beautiful black men in my life. I have seen them, I have met them, I've shaken their hands, I have told them, I want to be like you when I grow up. One of my heroes is El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, Malcolm X. I have read the autobiography of Malcolm X more than I have read any other book, and that includes Sunglasses After Dark, which is my favorite book by Nancy Collins, my favorite author. I have read the autobiography of Malcolm X time after time after time. Sometimes I will start reading it just to get myself in that mode. You can't tell me black men cannot be better than I'm gonna dance for Trump, I got felonies, fuck these bitches. You cannot, excuse my French, I know I wasn't supposed to say that. There is no profanity on GCPR before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I apologize for that. But you can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me that white folks cannot be more educated about the world they live in and their place in it. You cannot tell me that the immigrant coming across the border has no value. You can't do it. You can't tell me the trans woman that just wants to take a shit in the bathroom, is somehow an abomination. She is a damn human being. I have trans friends that I love, my sisters. I have trans men that I love, my brothers. And I stand in front of you as a flawed man. A flawed man. I am not better. I own my piece of shitness and I take it. I wear it as a badge of honor because you know what it means? It means I can grow. I can be better. I can let go. I can overcome. The day I stop learning is the day I'm no longer here. Death is what stops learning. It just becomes a learning experience for the next person up. There is a rule that I am making in the Villains Guild that there will always be an original six. So if I'm gone or when I'm gone, someone else will step up. The guild will endure long after I'm gone. That is a promise. I mean that. But one thing is for absolute sure, and this is what I'm going to end this show on. Apathy, not just about politics, not just about society. Apathy within yourself. Dave, be safe, you beautiful MFer. Apathy within your own life will eventually kill you. It will. And that is something you have to overcome. You have to overcome the apathy around your life. If you are apathetic about change, you will never change. If you are apathetic about who you vote for, you will vote for the wrong people. If you are apathetic about what society is doing, society will never get better. It will always get worse because you are not participating in society to try to fix it in the first place. And therefore, it's a perpetuation. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's an Ouroboros. It's a snake that is eating its own tail. And that's why the theme of this show today was let it go. Fight for something or you will fall for anything. And I am saying this to you not as some perfect man. I am saying this to you not as some great man. I am not saying this to you as somebody who's got it all right and you are all wrong. I am saying this to you as one of the most flawed human beings you will ever meet in your damn life. I am saying this to you as a true villain who has practiced villainism longer than some of y'all have been alive. I say this as someone who is still working. I am letting go of my apathy as fast as possible. We got to end this show. I want to thank y'all for the likes. I want to thank y'all for the gifts. I want to thank the YouTube chat. The Sound of Coffee crew over there is thick. I want to thank the TikTok chats. I want to thank the Instagram chats. The Sound of Coffee crew is thick. Yeah, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. If you like what I'm doing over here, please think about becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. That, for as little as $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on. You can help keep everything on. The PR Queen just now came up in here. We're almost into the show, PR Queen, but good morning. Patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. Hey, maybe you don't want to do anything on Patreon. Maybe you want to just drop a brother some money in Cash App. Mr. Bishop 3687, that is capital M and Mr. MR, capital B and Bishop 3687. Drop your boy a couple of bucks. I'll buy more coffee. This show has been brought to you in part by Glitterwix, the official candle of Ghost Claw Productions Radio. Go to glitterwix.com. They have candles and t-shirts and merch from some of your favorite content creators, including myself. The hottest, freshest candle on these candle streets is Villainous. It's inspired by yours truly. I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys for letting me give you what I gave you this morning. This was not about me. This is just my story. But I want to make sure you all, every single one of you, understood that. Star, I will try to be kind to myself today. I will try. Oh, snap. Alicia Betry is now a subscriber over in YouTube. Thank you very much, Alicia. We are now going to have tiers for subscriptions over there at YouTube, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I told you my story because I want you to know if I can do the work, so can you. If I can do it, and I'm a villain, you can do it. But the first step, very first step, is to let it go. Let it go. As we say every morning, may your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. My name is Thomas Bishop. This has been The Sound of Coffee on GCPR. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Have yourself a beautiful